I had my dinner in a small container like this. Breakfast, I had three three pancakes like this size for breakfast. Then for lunch, I had a port. Um, I got this bread from the Philippines, some Philippine bread, and I had like a sandwich only. That's all I had, and some hot water. And then I had a little bit of rice and some Asian chicken and beef in this little container. I think I'm gonna start eating this portion of food. I think this is fine. But that's what happened. That's what I did. That's what I ate this morning. I have been um sleep most of the day. I did get online and do some work because but when I got online, my boss had sent a message. So good thing I got online to work today, and talking about he there was a lot of addresses that he couldn't pull in because he wanted us tomorrow to manually pull them in. I said, oh no, I can't do that. So I created a formula that brought in the addresses different than the way he did it, and I pulled in more than he did. So shout out to me for getting online and doing some work today for my job and pulling in majority of those addresses, because trying to figure that out tomorrow when it's busy at work will be a headache. You know what I mean? Because people be asking me all kind of questions. So sometimes it's good to work outside your hours. Sometimes if it's going to benefit you and uh make it easier for you to do your work. Hello, how you doing? So that's what I did today. I took some time out and figured out, wrote the formula and pulled the data in, and so I have an easier day tomorrow. I know there's a lot going on in the world, a lot of crazy shit going on, just crazy shit right now. And it seems kind of weird to keep doing your normal activities when crazy shit is going on. But the business world don't stop despite all the craziness, because somebody is making money somewhere. Somebody is making money off somewhere. While some people will be losing here and there are still people that are benefiting off the stuff that's going on. Do you regret what you ate today? No, I don't. I didn't eat that much today. I had some pancakes like this, three pancakes like this. I had a sandwich on this Filipino bread. I had a sandwich for lunch, and then I had my little container of rice. I had a little container of rice and some Asian beef. That's it. That's what I had today. Yeah, I love pancakes. Now, usually I go, Waffle House style with the pancakes, and I make them real big and all that. But today I decided, I'm trying to be better about portion size of stuff. And so I made the smaller pancakes. So I made them quite small. And then I ate like three of those. And then um, hours went by, and then I ate my sandwich. That's what I like. That's what I'm talking about. My time somebody started rapping the chocolate chip pancakes. I love chocolate chip pancakes. Let me tell you something. I did not used to like chocolate chip pancakes at all. It wasn't until maybe about 5 years ago that I really started liking chocolate chip pancakes. Oh, they so good. Oh, they so good. I love those. You seem to be large. What that got to do with anything? Thank you. So I used to love blueberry pancakes was my favorite, but I do love chocolate chip pancakes. I'm in a row. I'll put chocolate chip, blueberry, and pecan pancakes. Now I make a good pecan pancakes, and what I do is I take the pancake mix, I add a sweet potato to it, and I add vanilla coffee creamer to the mixture, and then I add a little bit of vanilla, nutmeg, almost like you making a sweet potato pie. And I caramelize my pecan. I cook my pecans, and I caramelize them, and then I make like a caramel pecan syrup. And after the pancake is done, I pour it all over the pancake. Let me show you a picture of the pancake. Hold on. Let me show you a picture of this pancake. Yeah, I love making I love making pancakes. Let me show you a picture. Oh yes. Um, where is? Uh, okay, let me show you my pancakes. Hold on, let me get to it. Yeah, I made so much stuff. Is that it? No. Oh, here go my pancakes. So, where'd it go? Uh, let me show. What happened? Hold on, it disappeared. Where the hell are my pancakes? Oh, here. Okay, here. Oh, that's not going. That's not. What? Oh, when you're trying to do something. What the hell? Hold on. Oh, ooh, you love your wig. Thank you. Where is? Hold on. That ain't gonna work. Every time I want to do something, Every time I want to do something. Man. Oh yeah, those are my pancakes. Oh, you can't even see it. Wait a second. I'm trying to show y'all something and I can't even get it going. What the hell? Okay, so this is the biggest it's gonna get. That what? That is my pancakes. Those are my sweet potato pecan pancakes. You see that? You see how it look? It is very good. 10 years late. Look, it took a minute. That's my pancakes. Those are sweet potato pecan pancakes. They are very good. Okay. Uh, they're very good when I make them. I make good pancakes from what I know. I make good pancakes. You know, I'm a breakfast person. I make good breakfast. I think. I mean, I can make different variations of breakfast. It can be savory or it could be kind of, sweet or whatever. I make a lot of I can make it either way. It don't matter. I am a breakfast person. I make good breakfast. Really anything I put my mind to as far as food. I don't make everything perfect, but I mean everything great. But not your ribs are getting cold. I know that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody know how to cook. Somebody know how to fix a plate of food. You know what I mean? It's very rare when a man know how to cook. You know what I mean? It's very rare. I mean, one of my baby daddies, I'm telling you right now, had a whole pot of corned beef, peanut butter, uh, corned beef, peanut butter, tomato sauce, and uh, boiled eggs. I said, what the hell is that? Talking about you gonna love this. And ain't no way in hell I'm gonna love that. Mm-mm. Horrible. You're a towel. What the hell that mean? What do you mean that I'm a towel? What that even mean? What you talking about? Anyway, so no, I don't. No, I do not. I don't miss none of my exes. I don't miss none of them. They were all horrible people. And when you're dealing with horrible people, you know what I mean. When you dealing with horrible people, you can't miss that. You can't miss that. All my exes were horrible. Straight up. Straight up. The last one of them told me, I know how to treat a lady. I know how to treat a lady right. I just can't do that for you. That's what he told me. He said, I know how to treat a lady right, but I just can't do that for you. Not you counting how many times I say that. I know you. Why are you still counting? But yeah, I've been told some crazy stuff. I've been told some crazy stuff by dudes. By dudes. Dudes have told me some crazy stuff. I thought that was just crazy. I know how to treat a lady. I just can't treat you like that. On my birthday. On my birthday, he told me that. You know, I thought that was kind of strange. Okay, whatever. Whatever. What's the craziest somebody told me? I think that one's right up there. Yeah, that's uh, and that one I actually went out of my way, and because he claimed he had to work for Valentine's Day, and I come to find out that's a lie. Um, he said he had to work for Valentine's Day. He's not gonna be able to see me and all this kind of stuff. And he was working two jobs at the time, and that was true. But I don't think. But he was not working that day. And so I was nice enough to go to the store, and I went and got him uh, a pre-prepared meal, but it was steak, it was lobster, and then I put candy in a bag and a card for Valentine's Day. I met him somewhere and gave it to him. He thought, "Oh, this is so nice," and he didn't bring me anything. And then he left and went on about his night or whatever. So you know, I realized, oh, okay, he's talking to somebody else. So that was just that was a crazy situation. Um uh I don't know, I've been told just some bizarre things. But almost everybody I have met has cheated in some type of way. They all have cheated. I don't know. They've all have cheated on me, you know. But I know when they're cheating, and I just sit back and watch the ordeal. But a lot of these people have cheated or they lie or whatever, blah 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 blah. And you probably ask yourself, well, what kind of person are you that you getting cheated on all the time? What are you doing? What are you doing to get cheated on? Being me. No, you don't, because you would have avoided it. Are you saying I don't know why? I mean, I know why. I basically know. I know for me. How you doing, Cookie? I got cheated on all these times is because um I think because, well, years ago I used to be very direct. Very direct. You know, I don't take I don't like excuses. I'm a person that don't like excuses as to why X, Y, and Z cannot happen. I don't like excuses. So I would say you're moving too fast. Probably so. You know, everybody wants a relationship that actually makes sense and works and stuff like that, you know. But I would say I'm a person who don't like excuses. I don't like to hear about why certain things can't happen. Um, and maybe I may come off uh what is the word? I wouldn't say controlling. I would say, because I don't care what people do. I'm not the type of person that's going to look at your phone, ask you 1,000 questions about what you doing and all this kind of crazy stuff. I'm not going to do all that. But if you don't do what you're supposed to do, if you don't do the things that you're supposed to do naturally, then you put things in my hands. And once you put things in my hands, then it's kind of like, okay, well, you didn't want to do it, so now it's in my hands. So now I'm the decision maker. Make them wait. Mm-hmm. Make them wait. I did. I call myself making people wait. But I'm gonna just say they cheated because mainly they cheated because they just had opportunity to do it. That's it. I don't think I was a horrible person or a bad person or nothing like that. I was just me. I was just being me, and they got opportunities outside of me, and that was it. That's all. That's all. That's all it was. It was just opportunity popped up and they took it. And one of them, he was sleeping with the girl at the department store. And then one of them, he was sleeping with the girl at the deli counter at the grocery store. The other one met some woman somewhere. She started buying him new jeans, new pair of jeans and stuff. And I knew she was buying him a pair of jeans because I knew he didn't have the kind of job to buy true religion jeans. I said, where he getting true religion jeans? And going out, and he started going out and stuff. And I said, oh, you going out with new jeans and stuff? And when I seen that, and then when she sent the text that said, when you gonna get away from her tonight? When you gonna get away from her tonight? When I seen that, because he left his phone and he went and got in the shower, going out again. She talking about when you gonna leave her tonight or whatever. So just crazy stuff. Yeah, I've been cheated on most of my relationships. I have never had a relation. I have yet to. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say about 90% of the relationships I've been in, they all cheat. They all have cheated. And I think people just don't understand me. They don't understand me. You have to understand me. I'm a peaceful person. Do I get disappointed? Yes. Do I get irritated? Yes. Do I get uh, I'm not a person that yell and scream at you. I don't do the yelling and screaming and all that kind of stuff. But I will get quiet on you. If I feel like you doing something to disturb my spirit, disturb my soul, I'm going to get quiet. And I ain't going to say anything. Because what else is there to say? I don't feel like arguing back and forth. I know people love to do that. They love to have these toxic situations where they yelling and screaming, beating each other up and all that. I don't feel like doing all that. I don't do all that. I just, yeah, a lot of people been cheated on. I mean, it's not just me. People get cheated on every day, all day. For various reasons. Either the person you with don't do the sex you want, so you going out with so and so because she like to flip it upside down for you, and old girl don't do this and do that, and that's why you over here. You know that, or this woman's cheating on her husband because he don't do the things that need to be done in the bedroom. It could be sexual reasons. It could be the person you with is stressing you out, and so you go ahead and you start leaning into somebody for comfort, and before you know it, you cheating. It happens like that too. Prove you not angry. What are you talking about? You rather a vacation for your honeymoon or a house? If I could have both, that would be fine. Too much weave. This ain't a weave, hon. This is a wig. $29.99. But yeah, so you know, people cheat. That's part of life. We all humans. People grow apart. People venture out. Want to step into something different. It is what it is. I'm an old person. Um, I've seen it all. Ain't nothing I ain't seen. You do have regret. What'd you eat? Um, so you rather have bad breath or a musty pit? I say the bad breath because you can close your mouth and don't talk to nobody all day, but people can smell you all day long with your armpit. You know what I mean? You can walk around not talk, but once people get a whiff of that musty onion, oh, it's funky out here. Everybody talking about you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now one of my first boyfriends. I haven't had a lot of I would say boyfriends. I haven't had a lot of boyfriends. I had one boyfriend. My first boyfriend was when I was 18, 18 years old. I had my first boyfriend. And I had to teach him how to do everything. I had to teach him how to do everything. They're like, man, you don't know how to do this, you don't know how to do that. I was the teacher. I said, dang, I had to teach him how to do everything. He was scared to hold my hand. Terrified. Terrified to hold my hand. I said, oh my God, this man ain't gonna never hold my hand. I said, this is crazy. I had to force him to hold my hand. I said, you can't hold my hand. Oh, you know. It was a year of first for him. It was a year of first. Taking a girl on a date, buying somebody something for Valentine's Day. It was a year of first. What type of man do you look for? Um, um, Intelligent. I like smart people. I do like smart people because they have the most. You can have the most deep, interesting conversations with somebody that has some intelligence. You know what I mean? I don't like surface level people that just talk to you about surface stuff. I like to dig deep into conversation. And most of my relationships, I didn't get to talk. There was not a lot of talking going on. It was all the relationships I had, especially younger, they were all surface level relationships. The conversations were just, what you doing today? Oh, okay. You want to go somewhere? It was just basic conversation. It wasn't no, digging deep into anything or talking about something of substance. Just surface level talk. That's it. What's the weather today? Oh, it's hot today. That's it. So I didn't get to express my personality in none of the relationships when I was younger because they were just surface level conversations. They were not deep conversations. Yeah, I hate small talk. I hate that. You know, when you like if you send me a picture or something, I'm gonna say, dang, that's messed up. That picture. What was they thinking when they did that? And, what was they thinking when they took the picture? What I'm going to ask some questions or I'm going to wonder about whatever was sent. Now a little less talk. Now I know you ain't talking to Cookie like that. You're supposed to be counting. But yeah, so all the conversations and I think that is an issue with a lot of relationships too, is that a lot of people don't get to know who they talking to. They just sleeping with the person. They just sleeping with the person, go out to eat, watch a movie together, maybe go on a road trip or something like that, but they're not having conversation. They're not communicating about much of anything. Really? You trying to get me to say it. So, you know, I think that's probably what's wrong with a lot of relationships today. These people don't talk to each other. But I like a smart person. I like funny people. If somebody can make you laugh, that's always a good thing. I like to laugh. I like to have fun. Um, I do have a stubborn personality. I do have a stubborn personality. But I can admit that. I can admit my personality is definitely kind of all over the place. I'm a wild card. I'm just a different kind of personality. Are you online dating? No. No. Once I realized that one when I realized that online dating is just people with a lot of flaws, a lot of issues, I don't think that's for me. People go there to online date because something is wrong. Something is wrong. Even when I was online dating, I can admit, you know, something. Uh, I went there because I went online dating because I felt like I wasn't being accepted out here in the streets, and that's why I went to online dating because for me, I thought it would be easier. You know what I mean? I thought it would be easier to date online, and then the rejection. You don't have to deal with you get rejection, but it's different online. Online you can just pass it off. When somebody reject you in person, that's different, you know? So, you know, I would say my flaw going on online dating site was uh, confidence. A confidence flaw. Mm-hmm. Pragmatic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really can't get to know a true person who they are online. You just can't. It's very difficult to do that because a lot of people are pretending because they are not being their true self. They are trying to. They are they are either in a relationship and they just bored and so they online on the dating site, or they just fresh got out of a relationship 24 hours ago and that's why they own the dating site. So they're not going to give you a true sense of who they are on the dating site. Or they just looking for friends with benefits and stuff like that. And not all these people, they're not going to be honest about what's wrong with them. They're not going to tell you what's wrong. They're going to tell you what they think you might like, what you think might be dateable. You know, they'll fudge their education, they'll fudge their job, you know, tell you they got no kids and they got kids, tell you they got a car and got no car. I even called one of my baby daddies on there. I wasn't dating him at the time, but I came across his profile on the dating site. I sent him a message. I said, what the hell you doing on here? Talking about you got a damn bachelor's degree. You ain't got no degree. He said, how the hell you find me? He popped up on my feed as a match. I said, what the hell he doing on here? He know he ain't got no damn bachelor degree and he ain't got no car. On there trying to lure some woman. Mm-hmm. He was on there trying to lure some woman, or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, what happened to the woman you cheated on me with? Where'd she go? Where did she go? And I remember her calling me at work. That's my man now. That's my man. That's my man. You need to leave him alone. That's my man. That's my man. Hey, lady, you can have him. You can have him. And then a couple of weeks later, that's when she called me and said, how you get rid of him? He keep crawling through my window. I said, ma'am, he ain't never crawled through my window. I don't know what you do about that. You better call police. You know. But see, that personality and the type of person he is not going to come through on no dating site. You're not going to know that he's violent. You're not going to know that. You're not going to know that he got extra kids. You're not going, none of that stuff is going to be displayed on that dating site. When I read his profile, I said, my God, the poor woman that gets sucked into this. The poor woman that gets sucked up into this, she don't know what she getting because he ain't got nothing. Whatever he listed on there ain't got none of that. When I used to go on the dating site, I used to be just brutally honest and just be like, I'm a big woman, blah, blah, blah. I show all my pictures. I used to just say, hey, I'm a single parent. I got 2 kids. I work. I go to school. You know, I'm nice and I'm not nice at the same time. I'm in between. I'm nice and not nice at the same time. I don't want nobody disrespecting me. I only can tolerate so much, and then I have to, then it gets ugly. I only can tolerate so much. I'm not a confrontational person, so I don't like arguing and fighting and all that. I don't feel like doing all that. I'm lazy in the fighting department. I don't feel like doing that. It ain't worth it to me. If they ask you your weight, do you tell them? Yes, I do. I would tell you my weight because I don't feel like you having a surprise. But you can't tell a man your weight because they don't understand weight anyway. You tell a man you 400 pounds, in a man's mind, that's like 200 pounds or something like that. That's like 200 pounds. you know. And then when they see you, they're like, oh, you really is 400. Yes, yes, yes. Because you can have a small face and a big body. You know what I mean? You could look small. A lot of big women have small, petite like faces. Not everybody got a big round, chins hanging off and all this and extra fat hanging off the neck and all. Everybody ain't got all that. There are people who just have small, petite faces, you know, got small voices. I guess when they picture somebody 400 pounds, they picture somebody just breathing hard. How you, how you doing? Yeah, I want to go on a date. I guess that's what they picture. But, everybody ain't sounding like that. So, the men don't get it. You